Are fairies and gray aliens the same entities in different forms? Debunkerbusters.blogspot.com. The theory that fairies and gray aliens are manifestations of the same underlying phenomenon, adapted to fit different cultural contexts, has gained traction among researchers in both folklore and ufology. This perspective suggests that these entities, described as fairies in ancient times and as extraterrestrials in modern narratives, are shape-shifting intelligences whose appearance reflects the beliefs of the period in which they are encountered. Similarities between fairy and alien encounters. Throughout history, reports of abductions by small, mysterious beings have been consistent. In European folklore, fairies were believed to take humans into fairy mounds, small, rounded hills that acted as portals into a magical realm. These abductions often involved time distortion, with victims returning after what felt like mere hours, only to find that days or even years had passed. This is strikingly similar to modern accounts of alien abductions, where people are taken aboard flying saucers, usually described as circular in shape, and often experience time loss or memory gaps. The round, saucer-shaped UFOs of today have a strong visual and conceptual parallel to fairy mounds. Just as fairy mounds were seen as entrances into the fairies' world, UFOs are often portrayed as vehicles that transport humans into an extraterrestrial realm. Both fairy mounds and flying saucers serve as portals between worlds, and both feature in stories of human abduction, disorientation, and strange beings. Fairy abductions versus alien abductions. In folklore, fairies were said to abduct humans into their mounds, where they would be subjected to enchantments, often losing control over their actions or memories. Time behaved strangely in the fairy world, with people emerging from the mounds to find that years had passed. In modern alien abduction reports, abductees describe being taken aboard UFOs by gray aliens, where they undergo medical examinations and have their memories altered or erased. The beings in both fairy and alien encounters often share a diminutive stature and possess abilities to manipulate human perception. Fairies in medieval lore were described as controlling humans through magic or hypnotic influence, while gray aliens are often portrayed as telepathically controlling their victims. These similar themes point to a potential connection between the two phenomena, suggesting that gray aliens may simply be the modern version of fairies. Theories behind the connection. Some researchers, including ufologist Jacques Vallée, have argued that both fairies and gray aliens are manifestations of the same intelligence. Vallée suggests that these beings are not extraterrestrial in the traditional sense but may be interdimensional entities. They appear to humans in forms that match the cultural expectations of the time, fairies in the past, aliens today. This theory is supported by the recurring elements in both types of encounters: small, humanoid beings, encounters that defy normal laws of time and space, and mysterious lights or mists. These similarities hint at an intelligence that transcends conventional understanding, interacting with humans in ways that challenge our perception of reality. Fairy mounds as early UFO encounters. Fairy mounds, often considered mystical and sacred, were frequently associated with strange lights and mysterious occurrences. These phenomena closely resemble modern UFO sightings, where glowing lights and otherworldly mists are common elements. In some cases, people who ventured near fairy mounds would be enveloped by a strange mist or light, leading to an encounter with fairies. This mirrors the modern narrative of UFO sightings, where witnesses are drawn into a flying saucer by a bright light or mist. A case from Scotland in the early 2000s details a hiker encountering a fairy mound, only to be enveloped by a white mist and ethereal music before encountering small, humanoid figures. This account bears a close resemblance to UFO abduction cases, where individuals are transported aboard round, saucer-shaped crafts and interact with gray aliens. This connection between round fairy mounds and flying saucers reinforces the idea that what was once interpreted as a fairy encounter has, in modern times, been reinterpreted as an alien encounter. The circular shape, the sense of abduction, and the otherworldly qualities of both fairy mounds and UFOs suggest that they may represent the same type of phenomenon, experienced through the lens of different cultures and time periods. Final thoughts. The theory that fairies and gray aliens are the same entities manifesting in different forms offers a compelling explanation for the similarities between ancient folklore and modern UFO encounters. Both fairy mounds and UFOs are round structures that act as portals to otherworldly realms, and both fairies and gray aliens abduct humans, manipulate their memories, and cause time distortions. Whether these beings are extraterrestrial visitors or interdimensional entities, the shared elements of these experiences suggest that they are manifestations of the same intelligence, evolving to fit the cultural context of each era. As our understanding of the universe and our place in it continues to evolve, these entities may continue to adapt, presenting themselves in new forms that reflect our ever-changing worldview. The mystery of fairies, aliens, and their connection remains one of the most enduring enigmas in both folklore and modern ufology. Further reading and sources available at undebunking.ufos.blogspot.com. These sources provide a deeper exploration into the fascinating connections between ancient fairy folklore and modern UFO phenomena. They examine the possibility that these beings, whether seen as fairies or aliens, have been interacting with humanity for centuries, adapting to the cultural expectations of each era.